just got good news.
Hey guys, welcome back to part 4 of house number 1 of season 2. So many different numbers. So basically we're going to get started on the inside of the house today. So here's our outside. Now we do have a couple more things that we got to do on the outside. And I'm pretty sure that we didn't do this roof. But basically it was just really simple. It's just the same thing as we did over there. And so it should look just like this. So I didn't just want to do that on camera, because I didn't want to waste any more of our time. And it was just something that was really easy to do. So before we get started on the inside, we do have one more thing to do on the back. We're going to make a deck. So what we're going to do is you will need acacia planks, which is a new type of wood. And what we're going to do is start right here, okay? So like 1 block away from the corner. And we're just going to count out, let's see, 3, 4, 5. Then come diagonal 2, put 1, come diagonal 2 again. And then just keep going forward. And then you're going to turn it at a 90-degree angle 1 block away from this side. And what we're going to do is just fill this in now with the acacia planks. I think that's how you say it. So just put these in here, just fill this all in. This will be our deck. Now I've actually been kind of experimenting with the back deck here, and I've actually thought of a couple good designs for this deck, so hopefully you guys will like it, because I have been getting a lot of inspiration from Huntington, which if you don't know what Huntington is, it's one of the servers I go on and play, and they let me use a lot of their designs for houses, things like that, which so is this house. So now we have that. What we're going to do is you will need to take out here they are, pillar court blocks. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to stack 2 up. We're actually going to get rid of the bottom block, but just for now, just to make things go by a little bit faster, we're just going to do it like this, okay? To stack them up 2 blocks, so it should be 1 block above the actual deck itself. Now let's do it the fast way like this. When you get to the 90 degree, all you have to do is just make it like that, and then it should connect perfectly with the edge of the house. Now, like I said, we are going to get rid of the bottom layer, and you'll see why here in a second. So I'll have to replace that. So just get rid of all of this underneath of the quartz. And here's what we're going to do now. I need to take a piece of grass when we get over to that side. You're going to take your cobblestone walls out, and what we're going to do is just every other block, place one, just like this, okay? And just like that. And then you're just going to keep going around just like this. Boom, perfect to the corner. We need to put our grass there. And perfect. Then in between the cobblestone walls, add just a regular oak wood fence in between all of them. And what this is going to do, this is going to add just a little bit more detail to it, especially from a distance. And I can show you guys here in a second how much of a difference it makes. And then there's the difference it makes. It makes it look a lot more realistic, like it actually has some support. Okay. Then what you're going to do is take back out your pillar court blocks, and then right here on the edge of the fireplace, have it come out 2, 3, then we'll have it come out 1 block on this side. We want a 3 block gap, so just like that. Perfect. Alright, and we actually might have this come out 2. Yeah, I think that 2 is a little bit better. So here's what you're going to need now. You're going to need dark oak fences and dark oak fence gates. And what we're going to do is I'm going to start on the corner right here, stack up 4, so 3, 4. Alright, do the same thing on all 4 corners. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Now on the 4th fence, basically just have them come over and connect all 4 sides together. Just like this. Alrighty. Perfect. And one more side to go. Get rid of that one. And voila. So now that's all connected, which is good. That's what we want. And we could even extend this up 1 higher if we want. So if you want to, you can. I'm not going to, just for the sake of time. And what I'm going to do now is just every other block add a different fence in here. And you'll see what we're doing here in just a second. And perfect. So in between all these gaps now, what you're going to do is you're going to put a piece of dirt underneath it. Now, I'm not sure if you have to do this on console, but mainly we're just putting these here for our fence gates, which we're going to be placing, which are going to add a little bit more detail and make it look more like a, what would you call this? Like what we're adding? I forgot. And then just put your fence gates in here. And we actually might want to face them the other way. That way they're actually connected. Here we go. That looks a lot better. And do the same thing on all the gaps here that we have. Just like this. And perfect. Now we can get rid of our dirt. And then you're left with a little overhead thing, which I can't think of what to call this. And just adding this little piece adds a lot more detail to the back of the house. Like if we back up now and look, it adds a lot more detail. I do love that design. So yeah, that's basically it for the porch. If we want to add stairs going down, we could make a little stair step here with maybe where's some planks with a acacia wood plank and have it come down to there. And now we have stairs going down as well. So boom, perfect, exactly what we want. So how about we get started on the interior? Let me clear my inventory. So we're looking pretty good. Let me take out some more swiftness and night vision. So here's what the inside of our house should look like. Now basically all I did was I told you guys to add your oak wood planks in here, which I did. But also you might notice that the walls are actually different. Now to save time, basically the walls are just using light gray stained, not even stained, just light gray wool. And all you're going to do is just outline the windows, basically. Those are your walls. So I'm going to take out that material again. So, the light gray wool. And what we're going to do is start here in the front. So we want a big foyer area. I might even take out a piece of green wool. And we actually might make our walls green. Or maybe not. We'll have to decide later on. So what I'm going to do is just start like right here. 1 block away on both sides like this. Now the bottom layer, we're going to make our green, just to add a little bit more color. We're going to have it come out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks. Then turn it and then connect all 4 sides together. We're going to have a entrance here on both sides. Just like this. And we want that one there. Do the same thing on both. Alright. And then using your light gray wool to stack this up to the ceiling. And what we're probably going to end up doing is getting rid of the wood above this, so we can have a little balcony kind of thing overlooking the front of the house. Then on the top block, have your light gray wool just come over and connect the 2 sides together. So now when you walk in, if I can get out the door, yep, oh my god, there we go. So now when we walk in, we have this. Now we could add our stairs here, which wouldn't be a bad thing. Or do we want to do that? Let's actually wait and see what we have with our space. So we do want our living room area to be right here because we have a lot of open space. What I'm going to do is just kind of continue the theme of this here. Like this, have a gap of 3. And what we're going to do is just, boom, place our walls here. Now as you guys know, I'm not great at interior. So if you don't want to do the interior to this house, and you want to do it yourself, you might not want to watch this video because I'm not great at it, as you guys know. Alright, so this will be our living room area. We want our dining room area to be right here. So what we might actually do is extend this out a little bit more, then turn it, and boom. Oh, I don't know why I added that there. And here we go. So this is our dining room. We'll add a small little, again, gap for getting into the actual room itself. And then come up again, make this a full solid wall. So I'm still debating, like, what do I want to do with the interior? I'm not sure if I want to do the interior like I did last series, to where I do the first floor and then give you guys a, basically like a, we can just make this a solid wall as well. Like an outline, and then you guys can fill it in yourself, because that way it saves time, and then, you know, it just makes things a little bit easier, I guess. We could just do this here underneath all of the, in all the walls. So all we're going to do is get rid of this bottom layer, since we don't need it, and just adds that color that we want. And we can do the same thing around the house. Again, it just adds more color. I mean, if you notice that there actually is, just adding this one layer of green is really making a big difference in the presentation of the house when you walk in. It feels like it's more colorful, which is something you always want on the interior. I do know that. We can get rid of these. And have this one come out like that. Okay, so we're looking pretty good so far. So I'm thinking the kitchen should probably be here. So what we could do is just kind of turn this, stack this up. Alright. So I'm thinking the kitchen we can do is just kind of have it connect here in the middle. So basically like just like that. So the kitchen looks like it's going to be pretty big so far. We actually might want to shrink it down a little bit because it does look a little bit too big. Maybe if we shrunk it down to maybe like this size. No, maybe a little bit bigger. It's one of those touchy things to where I don't want it to be too small, but at the same time I don't want it to be too big either. So we might just move this wall over 1 more block like that. And then if we did it this way, would that be big enough? Yeah, I think that should be big enough for our kitchen. So that should be good. We can stack this up as well. And just boop, boop. And just follow the outline like we've been doing. And then we'll figure out where to put our actual entrance into the kitchen here in a second. Alright, looking good. So we have a lot of wide open space so far. Let's add a gap right here. A gap of 3. And that looks pretty good. Let's actually move it over one more block for countertops and things like that. So move it over one more block. And we could even make the gap a little bit bigger, considering it's the kitchen. One of the main focal points of a house. Okay, so we're looking pretty good. Now right here, I think we might want to add the stairs like right around here. So if we made this like that, and then this will be where the stairs go. And just kind of stack this up. Okay, so if we start making the stairs, we just kind of make that maybe into a closet. And just kind of block that off for now. You can stack this up. Alrighty. So then our stairs go here like we said. And for the stairs we'll use maybe I don't want to use the acacia because we use that outside. Maybe dark oak wood. And just stack these up. Going up. Looking pretty good. And we want to get rid of the wood up here. Now one thing we don't want to do is if we want to have that area upstairs that kind of overlooks everything, we want to make sure that we get rid of this so we know where that area is going to be upstairs. So we're getting rid of this wood so we know where the stairs need to be, which I think we're good there in that regards. Alright, so basically get rid of the outline of the wood up here and replace it with your light gray wool. And then for a fence or like a guardrail, we could either use the usual anvils or we could use maybe what do we want to use for it? I'm thinking maybe just fences. Fences might be pretty good. Maybe dark oak wood fence with a dark oak fence. So like this, maybe just do like that. Just adds a little bit more, I guess, colorfulness to it. Put that one there. So it should be the same on both sides. And perfect. So now we can kind of overlook everything from down here, which I like. So now when we walk in, we have a big open entrance. We have our living room here. Our stairs going up. Do we need this wall? We might not need that wall. Well, I guess we need it to be to there because of the brick. But we'll just kind of move this over. We have a little bit more room. Now for this wall here, we could just still use our gray or our green, excuse me, on the bottom here. Then we could just make this into a solid wall to kind of cover it up a little bit. There we go. So now we don't even know that that's the stairs. This looks like a normal wall. But if you wanted to, you could make it like this, so you can actually see that's where the stairs are. That's your personal opinion if you want to do that or not. Because it doesn't look bad either way. It's just based like on your opinion on how you think you should do it. So make this our like everything. My night vision is getting ready to run out, but let's finish up this room. So what we'll probably do for this fire pit here, what we're probably going to use it for is the ventilation for the stove and everything for the kitchen, which might work out pretty well. So I think we're looking good. So that's basically the layout of everything. So I think we're going to call it quits for this part. Next part, what we're probably going to do is finish up the house. I will give you guys a layout for the top floor, and then we'll move on to house number 2. So thank you very much for watching, guys. It is greatly appreciated as always. I will see you guys soon. So bye-bye.